Make sure you're bundled up for your outdoor plans. High temperatures into the 20s with feels like into the single digits. More in your forecast coming up next.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kevin Hodge. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, we have an update on the fire in Escanaba that caused the roof of a historic building to cave in today. Plus, congressional members are debating whether or not the President of the United States should have the power to pardon. We'll have the details from Washington, D.C. And Michigan Democrats seek to make it easier for parents to get information on immunization data. Your 19 News at 11 starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 11.
And a first look at your forecast as we are officially into the weekend. If you didn't catch that full super moon last night, the moon is not technically full, but it's still pretty bright out there, so it's definitely nice looking. But when you step outside, it is a cold one for sure. Overnight temperatures will be into the teens, which isn't too bad considering some of the other temperatures that we've seen. But of course, that's the actual temperatures. Feels like temperatures for tomorrow will be into the single digits and a chance of some scattered snow showers. I'll break down everything you need to know for the weekend in just a few minutes.
Kelly, thank you very much. We have new details tonight on a fire that broke out this morning at a historic downtown Escanaba business. Around 10:30, Escanaba Public Safety was called to the house of Ludington, where staff smelled something burning. Officers attempted to locate the origin of the smell using a thermal imager. They explored several floors of the building, eventually finding a storage room filled with smoke. Residents and staff were evacuated from the property. Officers began removing material from the ceiling to get to the fire. The flames flashed over, throwing 2 officers down a flight of stairs. They were uninjured and able to exit the building. The fire quickly spread to the west side of the building, and at least a portion of the roof has collapsed. It took officers several hours to contain the blaze. Presidents in both parties have used their unique power of granting pardons. Some congressional members say it's outdated and could be used to protect allies. Our Washington, D.C. correspondent Rachel Knapp asked some members if they think the pardon power should stay.
Granting pardons is one of the most unique and singular powers the president has. It essentially releases a person from punishment and restores all civil liberties. Over the years, there's been a flurry of controversy over the president's pardon decisions. President Gerald Ford pardoned his predecessor, Richard Nixon. And most recently, President Joe Biden pardoned his son, Hunter Biden. When President Trump returned to office, he pardoned most of the people who were charged with crimes related to the January 6, 2021 U.S. Capitol attack. And most recently, he granted pardons to people like the former president of Honduras, who was convicted of trafficking drugs to the United States, Democratic Congressman Henry Cuellar, who was charged in 2024 with accepting bribes from foreign entities, and the CEO of Binance, a cryptocurrency company.
The timing of this pardon is what's suspicious. This CEO of this cryptocurrency company had invested heavily in President Trump's family crypto venture. They sealed the deal for the CEO to heavily invest in the company back in May. And then 5 months later, he gets a pardon.
Michigan Senator Alyssa Slotkin says this power has been abused by presidents in both parties and is looking to end the presidential pardon. We asked others if the president should keep that unique executive power.
That does go to the executive, and the executive has the ability to do that.
I do think they should have that power, but I do think it's a power that should be used with great care. I don't think that necessarily happened under the Biden administration. There was lots of pardons given along the way at the end to family members and other things. The President Trump's used the pardon pretty extensively. Some of those pardons I don't totally understand, to be honest with you. Well, I don't understand the logic for them. There may be good logic. The Binance pardon and the recent pardon of the president of Honduras, those two, those are big statements, and so understanding the logic behind them, and I haven't talked to the president about it, but it's certainly something I'd like to understand.
In Washington, Rachel Knapp, WZMQ 19 News.
Michigan House Democrats say they want to give parents better access to immunization information in schools and child care centers. They're unveiling a new bill package they say will boost transparency, preserve parental choice, and respond to rising outbreaks of vaccine-preventable diseases. Our Michigan Capitol correspondent Sophia Murphy has the details.
Sessions in Michigan's House were canceled this week, but Democrats stuck with plans and rolled out the Empower Parents, Protect Communities package.
Between 2024 and 2025, there has been a 36% increase in measles in Michigan.
The bills would require schools and child care providers to share their immunization rates directly with families while protecting identifying information and parental rights, including non-medical waivers.
The parental choice, which is protected in Michigan law, has begun to infringe on a different but equally important right for other parents. The right to choose what is safest and best for their children and where to receive their education.
The package also expands access to routine vaccines, letting pharmacists and public health nurses administer shots under a standing order from the state's chief medical executive.
In my experience, I have seen clinics that are unable to provide vaccinations to families that want it, which imposes incredible challenges on those families.
Lawmakers say the bills would also let Michigan depart from federal guidance and prioritize recommendations from other major physician-led organizations if national vaccine recommendations become politicized.
In this challenging time, the single most important thing that patients and parents can do is talk to their doctor. Talk to their doctor, their pediatrician, and make informed decisions about what's right for themselves and their loved ones.
The package is expected to be formally introduced when the House returns next week. From Michigan's capital, Sophia Murphy, WZMQ 19 News.
The 2026 World Cup is 188 days away. It kicks off on June 11th in Mexico City, with Mexico playing South Africa. Today in Washington, D.C., the teams were slotted into their groups with the help of world leaders and superstar athletes from the U.S. and Canada. Bradley Blackburn has the details.
The leaders of Canada, Mexico, and
this is shocking.
The United States picked their own countries at the ceremonial start of the 2026 World Cup draw. The three nations are co-hosting next summer's men's tournament, which will feature a record 48 teams, split up into 12 groups for the opening stage.
Brazil.
Drawing the rest of the field were star athletes Tom Brady, Shaquille O'Neal, Wayne Gretzky, and Aaron Judge.
Paraguay.
The USA plays Paraguay first in Los Angeles. Also in their group, Australia, and a European team that will be decided in a qualifier in March. Many coaches and some of the world's best players were in attendance to see who and where they'll be playing in the summer, from Foxborough, Massachusetts to Vancouver, down to Mexico City, and 13 other locations around the continent. The Kennedy Center hosted the event with performances by Andrea Bocelli, Lauryn Hill, and more. U.S. women's soccer legend Carly Lloyd said having the World Cup on home soil will inspire future generations.
It's going to provide girls and boys with dreams of one day playing in a World Cup.
President Trump joked about the clash of soccer-football terminology.
This is football, there's no question about it. We have to come up with another name for the NFL stuff.
Yes. Only 8 teams have won a World Cup, Brazil leading with 5. They won the tournament in 1994, the last time it was held in the U.S.
The World Cup finals will be held in New Jersey's MetLife Stadium on July 19th. FIFA does not allow advertising on stadiums, so it will be referred to as New York, New Jersey Stadium. Final exams are around the corner at Northern Michigan University, and students are hard at work preparing and studying. WZMQ's Andrew Hand spoke with a few students today about how they plan to utilize their study time.
Just before Northern students get to take their month-long Christmas break, final exams are at the forefront of their schedules. Everyone has their own way to grasp their workloads, but a few STEM students tell me they're preparing for some of their biggest exams yet.
Organic chemistry is one of my biggest exams next week. It's probably my hardest.
Well, my biggest focus would be my Organic Chemistry 2 exam, just because that's my hardest class, and that's pretty much where all my focus is going in terms of this week and next week.
Keeping a special routine is key during during each exam period in order to stay on top of those prioritized courses.
I kind of write a summary of all the summaries from all the different modules because it's just easier to learn in your own words rather than learning in the words of like either a textbook or even sometimes the professor.
Aside from studying habits, these routines can also mean maintaining a social battery or even deciding whether or not to sleep at night.
I've pulled so far 1 all-nighter.
Getting as much sleep as possible, studying during the day as much as possible.
I guess I'm kind of prioritizing having the balance so I'm not in my room all the time. Also going to eat and hang out with my friends too, so I'm not overworked.
As a helpful distraction, listening to all kinds of music has its benefits to the process as well.
Something in the background, very calm and soothing. And yes, exactly.
I listen to heavy metal. No, me too. Classic honestly gets me too hyped.
The Wildcats begin their exams on Monday before grades will be finalized on Tuesday the 16th. Reporting in Marquette, Andrew Hands, WZMQ 19 News.
Kelly Rowland has your first warning weather forecast when we come back. Plus, we'll check out this year's holiday parade and tree lighting in Marquette. And, excuse me. And then we'll switch to Escanaba to where the city held a parade and tree lighting of their own. You won't want to miss the impressive float included this year. We'll be right back.
19 News is brought to you by Kirkish Furniture.
I'm Todd Mackey, President and CEO of First Bank Upper Michigan, your local community bank in the Upper Peninsula. At First Bank, we have a unique investment team, comprehensive commercial services, and a passion for our community, where it's all about people.
Toyotathon is on! Discover holiday magic with a new Toyota. Take a 4Runner skiing.
Wow.
Sick. Pick out the perfect tree with the Tacoma.
Bingo.
Or find the best sledding spot with a Grand Highlander.
Whoa.
'Tis the season for Toyotathon. Oh, Santa got my letter.
Save on remaining new 25 Tacomas, the best-selling truck in its class. Now with 2.99 APR financing, or lease this well-equipped 25 Tacoma for $259 a month.
Toyotathon is on.
Toyota, let's go places.
Next, Kelly.
We've got a game.
Name the band.
Desert pool? Desert pool, so I don't know. Oasis.
From Pluribus, Ray Seahorn.
Hot ladies.
My girl?
I swear they didn't tell me.
Plus Chris Daughtry.
I really wish I knew it was pajama day.
Oh my God. Feel this. I was like, I choose that.
The Kelly Clarkson Show, Monday at 5 on WZMQ CBS.
The Shortlist, a countdown show that's all sports. See the greatest names and the greatest games in all sports. Sports fans love it, and you will too. That's The Shortlist, only from SSN, the Cindy Sports Network.
Escanaba reporter Lily Simmons on WZMQ 19 News.
At First Bank Upper Michigan, we're all about the people of our community. With banking services tailored to you, we're your partners in prosperity for all your banking needs. Join our community. About the people.
Now, WZMQ TV 19 First Warning Weather with meteorologist Kelly Rowland.
And welcome back. I don't have to stand here and tell you that it's cold, but what I will point out is any extended period of time with this type of well below average temperatures, it can't be good, especially for humans and especially pets too. So it's really important with these types of temperatures continuing for at least the foreseeable, the short range forecast. We need to keep things in mind to make sure we all get through this winter pretty safely. So 19 degrees for today, not too much snow, 1/10 of an inch of snow. We're not going to pick up too much more for the weekend, but the main impactful weather component, especially those of you that are trying to get to those outdoor plans, maybe you're headed out to pick out the Christmas tree at that tree farm, and if you're not good at making decisions and you're going to be out there for a long time, you need to bundle up and cover the exposed skin. We're not going to see too much sunshine to at least help warm things up a little bit. Cloudy skies with some lake effect flurries to start things off for tomorrow. Most of that should taper off. You might even see a good deal of sunshine before the sun sets for Saturday. So not too much snow impacting your plans plans for Saturday. We'll get a little burst or two of lake effect on Sunday, but we see more clearing as we get to Sunday night into Monday. So we're not going to see a consistent snowfall over the weekend, but don't be surprised if you get a little flurry here and there. Of course, if you're closer to the Marquette area, any of those typical snow belt areas with the lake effect, that's what we have coming your way for this weekend. Now, I want to talk about wind chills too, just because when we talk about the actual air temperature, our bodies feel a lot different depending on the winds. The wind is a big factor in the winter time. You obviously can't see it, but there is a little invisible warmth layer above your skin, if you will, and that kind of helps to keep you as warm as you can, as long as there's no wind involved. So if it's 20 degrees outside, it feels like 20 degrees to your body. As soon as you get that wind involved, though, it removes that little invisible warmth that you have for your body, and it replaces it with really cold air. So now your body is working harder to try to regulate your internal temperature, and then it can kind of speeds up that heat loss, and then you can feel the effects kind of like frostbite or hypothermia quicker than it would normally take. So what feels like 20 degrees outside to your human body feels like 4 degrees. And these are extreme wind chill values. I don't think we're going to see this weekend, but just to show you, the colder it gets, it could only take about 10 or 15 minutes for you to start to feel those frostbite effects. So covering the exposed skin is really important because we want to keep that invisible warmth in as much as we can. And I'm showing you the future winds to show you that it honestly won't impact it too much, at least for Saturday. At least we're seeing some of those more calm wind values. So we will see those actual air temperatures into the 20s, but as long as we keep the winds down to a minimum, it won't be as bad. It'll be tolerable as long as you're dressed accordingly. It's a cold weekend, but not going to be a complete plan canceling with the snow, and we'll keep the snow to a minimum for most of this upcoming week, but it's going to be a while before we see some recovering temperatures, so please stay warm.
We'll try, Kelly. Thank you very much. The Marquette Downtown Development Authority held its annual holiday parade and tree lighting ceremony this evening. Our own John Truitt was on the parade route and tells us how it went.
Santa Claus is coming to town by way of North 3rd Street. The merry old elf and the rest of the holiday parade made their way down to the Marquette Commons for the official start of Marquette's Christmas season.
It's always nice to see the parade stay nice and tight and everyone together. And we really saw that this year, and a lot of great participants, both old and new. And they really brought it out this year, and a lot of great themes.
After delighting kids of all ages on the parade route, Santa greeted the crowd assembled at the Commons to throw the switch and light the 50th annual Marquette City Christmas tree.
We have so many people here tonight together, just cheering on the beginning of the holiday season together.
There was live music, food vendors, hot chocolate, cider, and enough holiday spirit to bring joy to everyone who braved the cold.
All the kids are so kind to each other, to their siblings, to their parents. They're all thinking about each other, which is so sweet to see.
Santa held court inside the Marquette Commons, where eager children told Santa what they would like for Christmas.
A motorbike. I want a baby doll and gabba gabba. I want a doll. Basketball toys.
The holiday festivities continue next week with the opening of the Marquette Holiday Yule Market at the Commons, which runs through Saturday. In Marquette, John Truitt, WZMQ 19 News.
For a complete listing of what's available at the Holiday Yule Market, visit our website, WZMQ19.com. The city of Escanaba also held its annual Christmas parade this evening. Local businesses and organizations made their way down Ludington Street, each vehicle and float decked out for the holidays. The final float was a special surprise, with Santa and Mrs. Claus riding in on a large sleigh pulled by 2 reindeer. Escanaba resident John Liss constructed the 18 by 40 foot display last year and set it up on top of his house. Photos of it were shared all over social media, drawing crowds to his home. Liss's neighbor encouraged him to bring it to the community by making it part of the parade. He modified it for this year's parade, using air from the truck in front of the float to move Rudolph's head up and down.
I was surprised of the excitement and as many visitors we had in our front yard. There was vehicles in our yard every day that didn't belong to us. It's been fun. It's nice to see everyone come out, and I hope everyone has a good holiday, and we'll be back next year, I'm thinking.
Also new this year, the DDA set up hot chocolate stands in front of downtown businesses, helping attendees stay warm as they enjoyed the parade. Mike Ludlam has your Friday night sports highlights. When we come back, we start with Westwood taking on Ishpeming in some high school basketball action. We're back in 2 minutes.
Closed captioning sponsored by Range Bank of Upper Michigan.
The kids, they got Santa. My goal, gifts for adults. I give holiday instant games from the Michigan Lottery. They're a fun gift that's easy to give everyone on your list. No one regifts these babies. Am I changing the world? No. But I am putting wonder back into the holidays for adults. This year, gift something wonderful. Give them holiday instants from the Michigan Lottery. I won 100 last week, hence the vest.
We are here, around the clock, in all weather. Your home away from home in medical crisis. We've seen it all, weddings through holidays. We don't have all the answers, but we're always present. It isn't for the thank you. We do it for our guests like Tom, Pam, and Nora. And your support brings warmth and comfort to families in need. Please donate today and help us make it home.
Here's your WZMQ CBS This Is Home Community Calendar.
What's bothering Archie?
Politics. What the Supreme Court says ain't got nothing to do with the law. How to raise children. Get out of here!
Door tap.
Goldfish. Come on now, I draw the line on goldfish.
See what's bothering Archie on All in the Family.
Sundays from 8 to 10 on WZMQ Me TV. Sophia Murphy reports at 6 and 11 on WZMQ 19 News.
Good evening, everyone. The Battle of Ishpeming kicks off in boys basketball as Westwood visits Ishpeming. Both teams trying to get their good start to the season, at least on a Friday. Of course, Westwood already in good shape. So let's go out to the Ishpeming gym, where it didn't take long for the dark-clad Patriots to get to work. Ethan Marta will get the pass. And he's going to look and study it for a minute. Not quite a step back, but we'll certainly call that 3. And the Patriots off to a good start. And the next thing you know, the ball's going to be in Marta's hands again, swish. He ended up with 40. But Ishpeming would hang around for quite a while. Grady Gauthier gets it, or key into Grady for 3. And the next possession, it's going to be a nice looking layup down the lane by Ambule. But Westwood will continue to push the basket there. I believe that's Caden Balzerini plus the foul. Patriots go on to win this one by the count of 83-64. Let us go to Marquette, where Coopersville near Grand Rapids visited, and Marquette will be visiting Coopersville next year. Drive, Ford Richardson, yes in the basket. Marquette gets the early 2-0 lead. But Coopersville would score the next 9 points. Nate DeWalt, Levi Stewart, Brooks Haddon for 3. Round the rim and in. Coopersville coach Pete Van Kempen trying to look comfortable in this one. Brody Clements will slalom his way down the lane and hit the shot. But the Broncos don't waste any time going back to the other end of the court. Joey Martinez off the window and the foul, 12-4 Broncos after the free throw. Next for the red and white, Carter Firestein will miss from the corner, but his older brother Connor Firestein hits the putback. Rick Leedy's squad, though, trailed 16-9 after 8 minutes. To the second, Clements drives, dishes to Pavel McCutcheon for the hoop and the harm. The future Grand Valley State lineman scores, but he missed the free throw. However, hustling, Connor Firestein will get the rebound to McCutcheon. Ooh, spin move with the left hand, Pavel. Nicely done. Sentinels close within 19-16. 2 seconds left in the half. Clements inbounds to Richardson. His three-point try is good, plus the foul. He did miss the free throw. Coopersville led 30-29 at the break, and Coopersville goes home eventually with a 60-49 victory. To the scoreboard, Jeffers Downs Gwinn 59-42. It was Iron Mountain 52, West Iron County 25. Wakefield gets the best of Calumet 58-45. Munising and Bessemer were postponed. Forest Park Downs North Central 83-49. Aiden Waldo had 29 points, but the word out of Forest Park is Vic Giuliani re-injured the knee that made him miss the football season. It's hoped that he'll be back next month. Manistee over Engadine 69-36. In the Battle of Baptist, it was Maplewood over Munising 78-47. Boyne City 70, Sault Ste. Marie 57. Traverse City Christian takes care of Brimley 69-43. And just in case you didn't believe me the first time, Boyne City over the Sioux 70-57. In Lower Peninsula scores, Kingsford over Traverse City St. Francis 51-40, and Menominee fell to Freeland 61-39. Superior Central sneaks past Cedarville Detour 42-41. That game was at Mackinac City. Community College basketball, Bay women miss a shot in the buzzer, lose to Oakton 68-67, but the men with the victory 75-72. Kearney Natal grad and former Marquette University standout Hunter Eichhorn has moved another step closer to becoming a regular on a full-time golf tour. Eichhorn won the second stage of the Korn Ferry qualifying school today with a score of 21 under par in Savannah, Georgia. He won by 2 shots. Eichhorn finished tied for 14th at the first stage of Q School that took place in Lincoln, Nebraska in mid-October. The final stage will take place December 11th through the 14th at Ponte Vedra Beach in Florida. That's a little bit southeast of Jacksonville. Eichhorn will either get a PGA card or a card for the Korn Ferry Tour. Turning to college hockey tonight, NMU visiting Bowling Green, and the Wildcats off to a nice start as the goal is scored by Caden Galt. Gertz Selkans with the assist, 1-0 at 13:23. To the second, Landon McDonald will get the goal as there's a broken stick on the ice. He gets the puck around the defenseman and puts it home at 13:42. Ooh, the Wildcats are up by a pair. And in the third period, it will be Gertz Selkans scoring again. And the Wildcats had a 3-0 lead. Ladies and gentlemen, NMU has a hockey victory by the score of 3-2. William Grandma made 34 saves for the Wildcats. In CCHA results, it was Lake Superior State over St. Thomas 5-3. Minnesota State all over Ferris 5-1. And Augustana dropped to Bemidji 3-1. Big Ten hockey, your number 1 ranked Michigan Wolverines defeated MSU 3-0. Turning to high school hockey, is the West Michigan Showcase in Grand Rapids. Houghton against East Grand Rapids. This is early third period. Trevor Bird will deflect the shot in on the power play past Connor Flax to tie the contest at 1. Houghton had scored very early in the first period. Under 30 seconds to go in regulation. Gremlins win the face-off. Hembroff centers to Noah Millette. He scores! Fortunately, the puck went in before everybody got excited, and Houghton hung on to win that one by the count of 2-1. And we're going to come back and catch up with some more information in just a moment.
For the best pre-owned cars, come to John's Auto Market. If you mess up when I get it right, I swear. For the best pre-owned cars, the best service, and best detailing, come to John's Auto Market. I shouldn't have looked at her.
Update your home with new GE appliances from Kirkish Furniture and Houghton. GE appliances are built to last, have print-resistant finishes, and offer high performance with energy efficiency. Kirkish has a large selection for both kitchen and laundry, free delivery, and 0% financing.
Hard Rock is a name built to last. Michigan knows something about that. The Hard Rock Bet Casino app, that's built on trust too. So what you see when you sign up is actually what you get.
Don't believe it. Try the app yourself.
If you're not up after 24 hours playing slots, then you get up to $1,000 back to play again.
Wants to get 200 bonus spins to play a Huff and More Puff. Wins paid in cash. No catch.
Hard Rock Bet Casino is here in Michigan. Roll with us.
Download the Hard Rock Bet Casino app today.
Pure Outdoor is the first program dedicated to increasingly popular outdoor and eco sports. Pure Outdoor.
For the best pre-owned cars, come to John's Auto Market. If you mess up when I get it right, I swear. For the best pre-owned cars, the best service, and best detailing, come to John's Auto Market. I shouldn't have looked at her.
Tonight's sports is brought to you by the Window Store.
Andersen brand products are #1 in quality, and the Window Store is your local Andersen expert for installation and service of all Andersen windows and doors. From showroom to your home, Andersen Windows and Doors at the Window Store. Andersen is the #1 trusted window and door brand. The Window Store is the Upper Peninsula's clear choice for windows and doors. Now that's a perfect fit. From showroom to your home, Andersen Windows and Doors at the Window Store.
And welcome back. A final check of your forecast. If you're someone that doesn't want to put the Christmas decorations up till after Thanksgiving, you're going to be dealing with some pretty cold temperatures if you're looking to do that this weekend, especially for tomorrow. But in the overnight, we're into the teens and lower 20s as we start to see some snow showers kicking into effect with that lake effect or lake influence. And for tomorrow, we'll keep some of the snow in the forecast, at least up to the northern portions of the Upper Peninsula. We'll see some rays of sunshine down to the southern portions. Just depends where you are, but it's not going to be that consistent snowfall. We'll keep it to a chance and scattered and isolated at times. So it's really important when you're outside with these temperatures stuck into the teens and the 20s. Look out for the people, pets, pipes. You need to take care of yourself and others, because even though the snow won't be too much of an issue, it's the cold temperatures that can get you if you're outside for an extended period of time. So not too much snow, but the cold temperatures are with us for the next 7 days.
Kelly, thank you very much. And Mike, we're running out of time, but you have some hockey scores for us.
We have time for other things, of course. Let's go to the hockey scoreboard, please, where Marquette defeated Sault Ste. Marie by the score of 4-0. Kingsford and De Pere, we did not get a report on that one. Elsewhere in the Lower Peninsula, Rochester Hills, Stony Creek beat Negaunee 6-0, and Jeffers turned back Byron Center 4-3. Another game in the UP was Escanaba defeating Calumet 6-1. Let us go to the Pistons taking on the Portland Trail Blazers. Third quarter action here. Cade Cunningham with the step back three. Knocks that one down. He ended up with 29, and Detroit was up by 3 at that point. A big night for Shaden Sharp. He will hit the deep three-pointer right here. He ended up with 28 points. In the fourth quarter, Ron Holland will hit a triple. Seems like that's all they were shooting tonight. And the Pistons won this one by the score of 122-116. Bucks lost 116-101 to Philadelphia. Thanks for watching. Good night.
Our home, full of beauty, energy, and opportunity. But in today's world, your business needs more than foot traffic. It needs screen traffic. That's where PowerPlay Digital comes in. Digital advertising that delivers. We bring your message to life on streaming platforms, mobile apps, websites, social media, and beyond. Reach more people, grow your brand, get results.